This isn't an iPhone 17. At least, not yet. But one persistent rumor points to a single component that could change everything we think we know about Apple's plans. And no, it's not about a bigger screen or wild new camera. It's about power, and a potential solution to the biggest problem plaguing every phone in our pockets: heat. We've all been hitting a thermal wall for years. The chips in our phones are ridiculously fast, but they're stuck in a glass and metal sandwich with nowhere for the heat to go. It's why your phone gets toasty and starts to lag during a heavy gaming session, or why it might stutter after recording a long 4K video. It's called thermal throttling, and it's the #1 bottleneck holding back what our phones can really do. But according to multiple reports and some well-known analysts, that might be about to change with the iPhone 17 Pro. The big rumor is that Apple is finally looking to bring a vapor chamber cooling system into its Pro phones. This isn't just another line on a spec sheet. It's a clue. It's a piece of the puzzle that might just show us where Apple is taking every iPhone for the next 5 years. So today, we're going to break down the 3 biggest ways this one change could redefine what a smartphone can even do. Section 1. Unlocking true performance. First, let's talk about the most obvious win: unlocking a level of sustained performance we've only seen in dedicated gaming phones. Right now, your iPhone is in a constant fight with itself. The A-series chips are absolute marvels, but they generate a ton of heat when you push them. Current iPhones use passive cooling, things like graphite sheets in the metal frame, to spread that heat out, but it's a losing battle. Under a heavy load, the phone's sensors see the temperature rising and, to protect the electronics, they slam the brakes on the processor. That's thermal throttling. It's necessary, but it means you're rarely getting the full, uninterrupted power you paid for. This is where a vapor chamber would make a huge difference. Think of it as a supercharged heat pipe. It's a thin, sealed copper chamber with a tiny bit of liquid inside. When the processor, let's call it the A19 Pro, gets hot, the liquid vaporizes. That gas instantly expands to fill the chamber, carrying the heat with it, away from the chip. As it hits cooler spots in the phone, it condenses back into a liquid, releasing its heat to be dissipated by the phone's frame. It's a continuous, incredibly fast cycle that pulls heat away far more efficiently than a simple piece of metal ever could. It's still a passive system, no fans or pumps, but it's a massive upgrade. So, what does that actually mean for you? It means the next generation A-series chip wouldn't be constantly held back by its own heat. It means you could play demanding, console-quality games for an hour without the frame rate falling off a cliff. It could be crucial for creators who want to shoot and edit high-resolution video without their phone feeling like a hot plate. This isn't just about making the iPhone faster, it's about making it consistently fast. It's about actually getting to use the peak performance of the chip for as long as you want. Section 2. A new design philosophy. Second, a focus on serious cooling signals a huge shift in how our phones are actually built. For the last decade, the race was all about making phones thinner and prettier. But if these rumors are true, thermal management is no longer an afterthought. It's becoming a core part of the design. You can't just toss a vapor chamber into a phone. Engineers would have to design the entire internal layout around it, affecting where the battery, the logic board, and everything else goes. This could also push Apple to use even more advanced materials. We already have titanium frames, but to make cooling even more effective, we could see the industry explore things like graphene-enhanced components, which are both incredibly light and fantastic at conducting heat. Of course, this leads to the big question: what's the trade-off? This kind of tech isn't easy or cheap to implement. Some reports have suggested that to fit a vapor chamber and a decent-sized battery, the next Pro Max might need to be slightly thicker. It could also create an even wider gap between the Pro and non-Pro iPhones. Top analyst Ming-Chi Kuo has specifically suggested this advanced cooling might only come to the iPhone 17 Pro Max, leaving the standard and even the regular Pro models with the current graphite systems. This isn't just an Apple thing, it's where the whole industry is going. Android gaming phones have used vapor chambers for years, but if Apple puts one in a mainstream flagship, it sets a new standard for everyone. It tells us the industry is moving past the battle for raw power and into a new one. The battle for usable power. Before we get to the final and most important point, I want to hear from you. Would you take a slightly thicker or more expensive iPhone for performance that never throttles? Let me know in the comments. Section 3. The master plan. The final reason this rumor is a potential game changer is the most important, and it's not really about the iPhone 17 at all. It's about what Apple is trying to build for the next decade. All this new thermal headroom isn't just for gaming. It's what might be necessary for Apple's two most ambitious projects: smarter on-device AI and the future of spatial computing with Vision Pro. Think about Apple Intelligence. A huge part of its appeal is that it processes your data on your device for privacy and speed. But running complex AI models is one of the most demanding things you can ask a processor to do. To run those features locally without constantly hitting the cloud, you need a chip that can handle intense, sustained work without overheating. Without a better cooling solution, more advanced AI features would either drain the battery or throttle performance, ruining the seamless experience Apple is known for. Better cooling is the key to unlocking more complex and capable AI that lives right on your phone. And then there's the Vision Pro. Right now, it's its own device, but the endgame is surely a seamless ecosystem. For the iPhone to be a true companion to a future, lighter pair of glasses, maybe acting as a processing hub, it would need to handle a staggering amount of real-time data. That kind of power would be thermally impossible in the current iPhone design. By tackling the heat problem now, Apple would be laying the groundwork for the iPhone to be an essential part of its spatial computing future. This is why this vapor chamber rumor is so much more than just a new part. It's a strategic move. It would be Apple admitting that the future of mobile computing, whether it's AI or AR, is thermally limited. They would be building the foundation to support the software and experiences of 2028, not just 2025. It's the piece that makes the massive power of future series chips actually usable, ensuring the iPhone stays at the very center of everything Apple does. Conclusion in CTA. So, when we look at the rumors for the iPhone 17 Pro, it's easy to focus on the usual suspects. A new camera, a brighter screen, a new color. But the potential introduction of a vapor chamber is different. It's not just another yearly update, it represents a change in philosophy. It would solve the biggest problem holding back phone performance: heat. It would shift design priorities, putting thermal engineering right alongside aesthetics. And most importantly, it could provide the sustained power Apple needs for its grand ambitions in AI and spatial computing. This isn't just about making the next iPhone a little better. It's about building the platform for the next decade. But what do you think? With this level of unlocked power, what's the most ambitious app or feature you'd want to see on an iPhone that doesn't have to worry about overheating? Let me know your ideas down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next look at the tech of tomorrow. Smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tech challenges, future experiments, and real talk from TechWave 65. Thanks for watching.